Hello and welcome to Temple Update. I'm Cody Butler.
And I'm Maxine Bentzel. 5 girls are in custody for the attack on a 19-year-old Temple student and her boyfriend. The arrests were announced hours after release of this surveillance video. It shows a group of teenage girls walking near the intersection of 17th and North minutes after the attack Friday evening. Police say it was one of 3 assaults on Temple students within minutes of each other. A day after the surveillance video aired, 5 juvenile females called the police department from different schools and locations, claiming to be part of the attack. They later turned themselves in. 3 of the teenage girls are being charged as adults. Updates Karen Fisher reports with the details on the assault as well as how to stay safe on and around campus.
The Temple community was shaken last weekend when 4 students were assaulted in 3 separate instances. Friday afternoon, a female 19-year-old student who wishes to remain anonymous was walking with her boyfriend on the 1600 block of Norris Street when a group of minors began harassing her. Philadelphia police released this surveillance video of the suspected minors, who began yelling at the couple and pulling at the female student's hair and earrings until one of them hit the student in the face with a brick, twice. The student suffered from dislocated teeth, a fractured jaw, and a minor concussion. She was rushed to Hahnemann University Hospital, where she underwent emergency oral surgery to keep her teeth in place. The same evening, 2 other female Temple students were assaulted within 5 blocks of the first attack. One was walking home from the subway, the other looking down at her phone, and both were struck in the face during the assaults. One of the victims went to fill out a report at the police station on 17th Street, and the other did not report the incident until Sunday when she heard about the brick assault. A statement was emailed to the Temple community Sunday night with some information about the attack and some safety tips, but no TU alert was issued.
The alerts are really designed to be an immediate threat or some immediate action or change in behavior that needs to be taken by the campus.
Because the students did not contact Temple Police directly, it was several hours before the university was notified about the attack with the brick, and in the case of the other attacks, several days. Police announced on Tuesday afternoon, just one day after releasing the surveillance footage, that they had 5 of the suspects in custody. One of those arrested is believed to be the attacker that used the brick as the weapon. These attacks come as a reminder that safety should always be your top priority when walking around campus. Remember not to be distracted by your cell phone and to always use the buddy system or an escort. For Temple Update, I'm Karen Fisher.
As we just heard from the administration, TU alerts are sent to Temple community as a way of informing people of danger around campus. The incident has many students questioning why such an alert was not sent out as soon as police were called to the scene. Let's go live to the bell tower where Amara Turay is standing by with the latest on student reaction. Amara, what can you tell us?
That's right, Cody. This incident has shaken the Temple community, even affecting those who don't live off campus. I talked to some students earlier to get their concerns about the safety around Temple University.
It makes people wonder, is it safe walking around campus at night? What time of day? And it was kids, too, I heard, that were willing to seriously injure a female.
I think it's ridiculous that it was able to happen that close to campus without any security guards or police officers in that area.
From what I've heard, the incident wasn't directly on campus, so it wasn't Temple's job to get the alerts out, but it is their job to protect their students.
I'm from in Delaware County, I'm close, and my mom hears about things before I do, and that's my mom's like, what's going on? Why don't you know this?
As we said earlier, Temple stated that TU alerts are not sent out for every event on campus. They are designed to, quote, make you aware of an immediate threat or ask you to take action to change your behavior and make you safe. It is not a method of reporting crime on or off campus. Reporting live from the bell tower for Temple Update, I'm Amara Turay.
President for Construction James Creedon sent out a memo to students about how to be safe in light of the recent attacks. It reminds students to be aware of their surroundings at all times and don't be distracted by devices, especially when traveling alone. It reminds them to avoid isolated incidents and taking shortcuts. It is best to stick to well-traveled streets. Do not engage in conversations with strangers, and if you feel uncomfortable, leave the area immediately and go somewhere safe. You can also take the Owl Loop right to your door or shuttle services which drop you off at your residence hall or apartment. Do this to avoid walking alone. Try to find someone to walk with when you are walking off campus, and if you have to walk back alone and would like someone to escort you, walking escorts are available from 4 p.m. to 6 a.m. 7 days a week. All you have to do is call 215-777-9255 and a bike officer will walk you to your destination.
Temple Update reported last month about the lack of security at Barton Hall. For students trying to get into the building now, it's a different story. Doors going into Barton Hall have been locked and stickers have been posted telling students to only enter through the main entrance. Inside, postings urge students to not use the door as an exit or to open the door for other students. The only way to get into the building is through the main entrance on Leah Course Walk, where IDs are checked by a security guard. We tried to contact public safety for a reason for the change, but they were unable for contact. A theater prop and a student project caused some moments of concern on the Temple campus over the last several days. On Sunday, the Philadelphia Police Department bomb squad was called to Conwell Inn after a housekeeper found a grenade in one of the rooms. The area was evacuated until police determined after a few minutes that the grenade was only a theater prop.
And 2 days later, on Tuesday, Paley Library was evacuated after reports of a suspicious package. The police bomb squad was called back to campus, but the suspicious package turned out to be a student's electronic project. And in many college dorms, floors alternate by men and women, but here at Temple, there has been talk of allowing men and women to live in the same room, partly to accommodate gender-neutral students. Updates, Alia Dixon has the details.
A student focus group was held by Residential Life in the Student Activity Center to evaluate the level of interest and feedback from students about gender-inclusive living on Temple's main campus.
I think that having gender-neutral housing on campus would combat a lot of the gender and sexual identity issues that happen amongst college students.
Would I consider it? No, not really. Simply because nothing against, women, but if there's a lot of estrogen, going on in the apartment, sometimes, us guys can't deal with it.
Gender-neutral equality and dormitory housing will give students the opportunity to explore their sexuality and allow members of the opposite sex to learn to cohabitate together.
I think some of the possible advantages of living in gender-neutral housing is that it gives people some privacy that they may need, especially so that they're not forced to be constricted to categorize themselves.
I feel like some of the advantages are you get to see the living situations of the opposite sex, basically, and it gives you a wider range on just different things in life in general.
Gender-neutral students are beginning to make up a large percentage of campus life at Temple University. To accommodate this new evolving lifestyle, Temple has begun to assess the need for gender-inclusive residential halls. Commercial businesses and Temple's academic schools on main campus have already begun to support gender neutrality by having unisex bathrooms for students and faculty. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Alia Dixon.
And 5 media professionals made their way to Temple University last night. Broadcast Career Night helped students network with experienced broadcasters such as NBC 10 reporter Matt DeLucia and Nikki Hawkins, a producer at 6 ABC. Students were able to ask questions to the entire panel before the session opened up.
Talking with these professionals has increased my awareness in the job field. They answered a lot of questions. It was really helpful and it was really informal. And they answered a lot of questions that I had on my own that other people asked, and it was really good to hear their feedback and their personal stories to go along with it.
The annual event is sponsored by the Broadcast Pioneers of
Update is in London, Japan, and Barcelona this semester, so let's see what is going on the other side of the ocean. It's time to travel around the world. Despite the rise of social media and popularity of the internet, radio is one of the most popular sources of news and information in Barcelona, Spain. Update reporter Simone Cuccurullo has the latest on what's going on in the media world overseas.
Students studying communications in Barcelona had the opportunity to witness the power of radio as they toured the city's most famous radio station.
People in Spain and an urban network like Barcelona move around a lot, so headphones are very important. They're on their motorbike. You see a lot of Spanish motorcyclists with the radio on their headphones.
Living abroad has given students the chance to experience Catalunya radio. Catalunya Radio is Catalonia's public radio network that broadcasts 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, exclusively in Catalan.
The key to the project is being able to sort of take the pulse of the differential characteristics of Catalan people in comparison to the Spanish.
Those aspiring to pursue a career in media learned the ins and outs of the different departments that Catalunya Radio has to offer.
They get to listen to broadcasts fully in the language that they grew up on, and it's their languages they're trying to gain independence with. So I thought it was a great experience to see like where it comes from.
I enjoyed it because I've never, I always listen to the radio, but I've never seen people actually live reporting. And there was a soccer game on when we went, and they were reporting it live, like play-by-play, which is pretty cool to see.
Although listeners mainly tune in on their radios in their homes or in their cars, students in Barcelona and all over the world can stay connected by visiting catradio.cat or downloading the app on their mobile devices. Reporting for Temple Update in Barcelona, Spain, I'm Simone Cuccurullo.
On Temple Update, Francesca Ruscio passed the crown to the new Miss Philadelphia.
We'll tell you who it is.
Corbett, and I'll tell you what Temple Update has been up to online.
Sports Desk, I'll tell you where Temple's former big man is looking to transfer.
It's freezing right now, but will the weekend bring warmer temperatures? I'll have that plus your 5-day forecast coming up. Temple Update will be right back.
In 2013, Francesca Ruscio's reign has come to an end, but she passed down the crown to a Philadelphia native who made history for the pageant when her name was called as the new Miss Philly. Philadelphia 2014, Diamond Edmonds continued to chase her dreams after being the runner-up in 2013. This year, the 24-year-old Philadelphia native's hard work finally paid off.
It was like dead silence, and they were like, contestant number 13, and all of a sudden everybody's like, ah! And I was just like, what just happened?
The first Miss Philadelphia to be an educator, Diamond always had a passion for children.
I grew up, I just was always interacting with younger kids, and I was interested in little kids, where some people are kind of like, oh my goodness, I can't stand kids. I was always just like, why not? They're so cool. I know, I miss you too.
Diamond hopes to inspire children to chase their dreams with her platform, Pay It Forward, mentoring the stars of the future.
I really want to urge people to get involved in a mentor program. Just teaching kids that they can just do whatever they want to do, anything they aspire to do. So being able to say, like, this is something I tried one time and I didn't win it, and then I went back for it again and I got it.
Temple's Francesca Ruscio, last year's Miss Philadelphia, has been a major supporter along the way.
Miss Philadelphia organization is like a big sisterhood. So Francesca, she's been really supportive, texting me, sending me emails, just giving me advice.
During her time as Miss Philadelphia, Diamond will begin preparing for the Miss Pennsylvania pageant in June, but her biggest goal is to use the $10,000 scholarship to complete her master's degree. And a Democratic governor's debate is being held at Temple University tomorrow night. The debate will begin between Congresswoman Allison Swartz, former DEP Secretary Katie McGinty, former Secretary of Revenue Tom Wolf, and State Treasurer Rob McCord. Former Auditor General Jack Wagner was scheduled to appear, but he ended his candidacy today. The event is in room 200 BC in the Student Center at 7 o'clock and is sponsored by Temple College Democrats.
To celebrate 25 years, Temple Update has a new website. Update's Jackie Corbett took a cyber journey to templeupdate.com to tell us all about it.
Temple Update has launched its new website, www.templeupdate.com. The website offers viewers the chance to get the latest news on stories relating to Philadelphia and more specifically Temple University.
If you look at any of the other Philadelphia news stations, they all have websites. They all have a place where they can upload new content at all times.
With a slick interface, the website is easy to navigate from topic to topic and is compatible on all media platforms.
Well, I was interested in making a design that would be compatible for mobile, that could be translated into a mobile version really easily.
The website allows viewers to watch full episodes of past Temple Update shows, read full stories, access Temple Update's social media sites, along with other key features.
My favorite feature, which I spent some time doing, was the weather widget, which is based on the forecast.io API.
The website is updated every day, so if you missed a show or want to see what's happening on and around campus, visit www.templeupdate.com. For Temple Update, I'm Jackie Corbett.
Coming up on Temple Update, Rebeccah Hendrickson is at the sports desk with the school Anthony Lee is looking at for next season.
And Aryann Cuda will have what you can expect in the next few days in her 5-day forecast.
Don't go anywhere. Temple Update will be right back.
Hi, I'm Rebeccah Hendrickson for the Sports Desk. 5 Temple teams will be axed on July 1st, and we've got a Sports Desk exclusive of how some players are handling their final season. But first, Temple's former big man is looking at a whole new Big Five. Anthony Lee has narrowed his transfer search down to 5 schools, and they're all big basketball names. Lee told the Sports Desk this week he will choose from a variety of schools such as Iowa State, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Indiana, and reigning national champions and American rival Louisville. He said location and style of play were key factors for determining his shortlist.
It's an ongoing process. I'm excited. It's a new chapter in my life. I feel like I gave my years here at Temple, been here for 4 years, so I feel like it's a good thing for me to be able to be in this position.
Stay tuned with the Sports Desk for when Lee makes his final transfer decision, and check us out online to see how we think next year's team will fare without their former captain. And women's gymnastics played host to the ECAC championships over the weekend. The Owls finished in the middle of the pack, placing 3rd out of 6 teams. William and Marion Brown took a share of the title to mark the first tie in championship history, followed by Cornell in second. Temple's best event came on the floor, where Jasmine Johnson's floor routine was good enough for a first-place finish. Next up for the Owls will be Nationals at Brown, beginning on Friday, April 11th. And the Sports Desk has been following developments surrounding Temple's decision to eliminate 5 programs. One of the teams affected is women's softball, and the ladies are on pace for a losing record for the first time in years. Updates Tommy Sladek has more.
Coming off an outstanding season last spring, the softball team is struggling to believe where they stand midway through the 2014 season. A losing record is not something Coach Joe DiPietro's team is used to, nor do they want to continue their losing ways. Saturday's narrow loss at Houston moved the team's record to 7-14 overall.
As people kind of come back from their injuries, we're going to have our full team back together again, and we're all going to be able to work our best and contribute, and everyone has a role.
While DiPietro can help control the team's performance and work ethic, he has no say when a player of his goes down. The Owls have been plagued by injuries this spring. A grand total of 8 different players have been sidelined, including All-American Steph Pasquale.
We've had so many people go down. Everyone has pretty much stepped in. I think where we are now, everyone on our roster has played, which wasn't the case last year.
The softball program is one of 5 Temple teams being cut after this school year. Players and coaches have mixed feelings on the effects of the cuts.
The younger girls it affects, but I've talked to them and they said that they're really not thinking about the cuts. They're kind of like over it right now.
I think the cuts have a lot to do with it. I know the girls say they don't think about it, but I know that's not accurate.
The team will look to end their midseason slump this weekend when they host UCF for a 3-game series. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Tommy Sladek.
And apart from the cuts and the injuries, Temple softball has an unforeseen opponent this season, and that's the winter weather. It's canceled 2 midweek doubleheaders. But you guys can follow us at TU_SportsDesk to get all the latest of Temple athletics.
Thanks, Becca.
Thanks, Becca. Still to come on Temple Update, we're 1 week into spring, but who knows what the weather will bring.
Aryann Cuda will have the latest weather conditions and your 5-day forecast coming up on Temple Update.
There's only 49 more days until Temple's next group of graduates will be walking across the stage. The May 15th ceremony will be held in the Liacouras Center at 10 a.m. But But before walking, graduates will have to complete their checklist, which is due in 2 days. This includes ordering tickets, caps and gowns, and more. To make sure you check everything off of your list, visit temple.edu/commencement.
It has been spring for a week now. It feels like it's fall.
I know, it's crazy. I just can't wait to put my jacket away. I hope the weather can make up its mind whether it wants to be hot or cold soon.
Well, let's find out. Aryann Cuda is at the weather desk with what we can expect with these next few days.
Aryann, is there a chance I can put my winter jacket away for good?
Hey Maxine, you shouldn't put your jacket away just yet. I don't foresee any snow in the upcoming week, and temperatures are going to rise, but there is a chance of some rain over the weekend. Let's just be thankful that it's not snow. But for today, it's currently 30 degrees with mostly sunny skies, and we can expect to see moderate conditions throughout the remainder of the day. Sally, the sorority sister, still hasn't put her winter coat away just yet and is bundling up just in case the winds decide to pick up. Tonight, temperatures will drop to around 34 degrees, which will be the lowest temperature we'll see for about the rest of the week. Looking up to your 5-day forecast, we'll see a significant increase in temperatures on Friday, with a high of 60 degrees. However, there is an 80% chance of precipitation after 2 p.m., so make sure to bring your umbrella on your way to class tomorrow morning. The rain will most likely continue into tomorrow night, and we'll see a low of around 44. Heading into your weekend, we'll see continued cloudy skies on Saturday, and rain is likely after 2 p.m. We can expect a high of 53 and a low of around 39. Unfortunately, the rain will continue on Sunday with a high of 53 and an 80% chance of precipitation throughout the remainder of the day. But luckily, Mother Nature is planning on being very nice to us next week, and we'll see sunny skies on Monday with a high of 62. Who knows, maybe it'll be time to put our winter wear away, but we're just going to have to wait and see. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at @TU_weatherwatch. That is all for now. Maxine, back to you.
Thanks, Aryann. Looks like we can finally have warmer weather. Who cares that it has rain? That's all for Temple Update. For more news and information, check out templeupdate.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search Temple Update.
And you can also watch us live on templetv.net, Comcast Channel 50, and Verizon Fios Channel 45. For Cody, Butler, and the rest of the Update team, I'm Maxine Bentzel. We'll see you next time.